Hey, welcome to another Valley Forged. In the back there under my Christmas tree, that little tiny Christmas tree, I actually have an Atomstack Hurricane. And what this video is going to be trying to do is tell you whether or not maybe you should have one under your Christmas tree. We'll see. And if you don't know, my name is Eric. I run a full-time laser business. I do lots of videos on just about everything. I don't just do reviews, I actually work on the machines. And I also sell my products in stores and all over. But I also make files, on Etsy for you to use to help get you started or to perhaps run your own business. So I kind of do everything because I just love lasers. So like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff if you are into that. As for the Hurricane, I think it's best that we just head over to the machine and I will talk to you right at the machine and show you everything, what I like, what I don't like, and maybe whether or not this might be something for you. Okay, here's the machine itself. As you can see, I've taped my power brick up here because, hey, it just makes things easier for me. So connecting to the computer is over here on this side. Now it's just done from USB-C, whereas, like some of the other desktop machines, you can actually use an Ethernet cable. I have not seen that you can do that on this one. But most people are using USB-C these days. I actually have an extra powered cable that I use to help it get further, which really works well. Maybe I'll put up it's not a sponsored thing, it's just something that I use. So maybe I'll put up a picture of that. Easy to get. So the power button, though, is on the right side, as is the stop. And so you just turn it on, and I just wanted you to see it. When it first turns on, it's pretty loud, and when it's working, it's pretty loud. Now, this is just my fan. I love this fan. Put a picture of that too. These aren't sponsored. I just want you to be able to get what I get because after using all of this stuff for so long. So my fan's actually outside and it sucks the air out. Now, of course, it comes with its own fan, but I never trust the little fans that come with any machine. Actually, not one single one. I like using my own. So that part I won't be able to review for you. Whether or not how good that works. Just actually getting the air out of your house or shop or whatever is one of my priorities. And they did send me an air filter, which I will be reviewing probably in the next review and see how that works, as that will solve a lot of problems. So let's turn it on. Let's see how loud this sucker is. As you could probably hear, I'll have my voice so that you can get an idea. It's reasonably loud when the thing is actually working and it warms up. But once it gets to a warm state and it's not being used, it mostly shuts down. And it's not an annoying noise. Like a lot of diode lasers you get, that fan noise is just so annoying. But it is loud. See, there now it's not being used at all, and you can see that it's pretty darn quiet. So there is a quarter. I just wanted you to kind of get an idea of how big this thing is. I have about a 2-foot by 3-foot table, and it takes the entire thing. So that'll give you a good idea. You'll want a good steady table. This thing is not light by any means. Do not think you're going to be carrying this by yourself, even if you're really strong. I wouldn't do it. It's really, that's the first thing I will say without a doubt. The construction of this machine is better than any other desktop that I've ever seen. It's just miles above the last one that I reviewed. In fact, I removed that from my website I removed that from my YouTube videos just because I don't want anybody to now get that, considering this has come out. Several new desktops have come out and they're just better. And this one is definitely in that game. The construction is just so much better for the money that I have to recommend that. I mean, just this construction, it's just so solid, and we've got a really solid, you know, it doesn't feel cheap. You can just see the way that it's built, and I'm very happy with that. That was definitely the first thing I noticed. I'll run some B-roll of the inside here so you can see it. Easy for you to adjust the belts, which was really hard on any the other desktop machines. And I don't feel like I'm going to strip a screw every time that I try to make an adjustment. It does have an autofocus. All you got to do is put your material in. And now, another thing I like, the honeycomb bed area of this is just huge. And so if you're using a typical 12 by 19 or something you get from Craft Closet, which is where I get my wood, you know, you could just throw it in there. And there's just so much room here for you to not have to worry about it, make sure it's flat, and have an easy time getting it in and out. All these things are important to me. It does have this autofocus button right here. All you have to do is push it, and it goes up and down. Now, I guess I'll go through some of the negatives as we're going into it. I have found a couple times where that just didn't autofocus. It would just it would just go back up, and I don't know why. And I'm going over that with Atomstack, but it does have an adjustment that you can just do it manually, and it comes with this, so you can just put that under there and do it. You have to be a little careful, because if you hit the sensor there for the autofocus, it will just go all the way back up and you have to do it again. But as long as you're somewhat careful, you're not going to have a problem. I have used this machine quite a bit since I got it. I've had it a couple weeks, and I have used it quite a bit. I make as much acrylic stuff as I can when I'm using a diode laser. I just made an ornaments video, which should already be out for Christmas ornaments. And of course, I used a lot of clear and mirrored acrylic, which you just cannot do with a diode laser. So if you're in a business and you definitely want to do acrylic things, which I get a lot of call for, you are gonna have to have a CO2 laser. So if you're kind of weighing that in your mind about, you know, you eventually want to do a business, that is something you need to think about. You can do plenty of things with just a diode laser. Don't get me wrong, leather, wood, everything, but even acrylic. But when it comes to doing transparent acrylic or mirror, or really any acrylic, because you can do it on a diode, and Craft Closet has a diode laser catalog, can be done. CO2 laser just does it so much better. So much cleaner. Now, the one thing that this has, and this is the next generation, that this has over the other ones, is warnings. So you have a panel here that will actually tell you what's wrong, because that was a problem with the old desktop lasers, is you would get a warning light saying, hey, you know, this is wrong, but it wouldn't tell you what. So most of the time it was just because you had a tray. See, it just gave a warning. It just gave a warning because the tray was out, and some people would just spend so much time trying to figure out what's wrong with their laser, and all it was the tray had come out a little bit, or the sensor was off or something. So this is one really huge thing that it has over the old generations. Actually, Atomstack didn't make one. They obviously spent a lot of time thinking about the construction of this. It's a really beautiful machine. And after using the last desktop laser I did, it just feels like so much more solid. Everything, this was such easy to set up. I just put it up here, put some water in there, distilled water, and I was off to the races. Pretty much just, you know, you get on the thumb drive, it comes with the setup for light burn. I plugged it in, put it in there, everything just fired up, and I was off to the races. So super easy setup. Once you get it on your counter, you have this beautiful blue light But one of the negatives I would say is when it's going, this flashes. So as long as it's being used, this blue light is flashing on and off. And I kind of think that's a mistake. As pretty as it is, do you really want a blue light flashing at you all the time? You know, I guess that's up to you. At least you know if it's working, and maybe you have kids or whatever. You want to make sure they're away when it's working. But, you know, a smaller light would have probably done just fine. Probably the best upgrade, and even a lot of regular, you know, huge CO2 lasers don't have this, and I think it's so necessary, is you'll be able to see. Let's bring you in a little bit, and I can show you some of this stuff. You can see here, you've got a red light, and let's make sure that that's visible. I think you can see it there. Yeah, that red light. And so that makes sure, yeah, of course, it's going to tell you where the laser is. So when you do a frame or something, you know that you're on the wood. But that's not even the most important thing about it, which is pretty cool. But it shows that your laser is aligned. And that is one of the hardest things to do with the CO2 laser. Because see, with a diode laser, you can, it's a visible light. So you can see where it's going. You don't have to worry about mirrors or anything, because there's in the back here, there's a laser tube that's shooting a laser through some mirrors and then down onto your project. Well, if that's unaligned in any area, you can have some real problems. Obviously, the laser's just not going to work. And where is that laser beam going? You don't know. But with the red light that follows the path of the laser, now you know it's working properly, and that's such a huge peace of mind. And I don't think the other desktop lasers have that. There are some other ones that have come out. I don't think they have that, and that is so huge. For somebody, especially if you're new to CO2 lasers, that can be an incredible pain in the ass, and it can take you days to figure out exactly how to align those mirrors. So that is probably the best upgrade out of any other thing that I've seen. The easy belt adjustment I think is really cool. Although the belts were just fine when I got it, I immediately did a circle test and a circle engrave test to make sure that it was doing that correctly, and it was. So like I said, right out of the box, it was working correctly, and that's really nice. Another thing I always like is the honeycomb bed is raised above. So this tray, between the tray and the work area, you have some space. And what that does is it allows the air, the smoke, to flow underneath the material and outside. And so it doesn't build up. And, you know, just something that it's a small thing, but a lot of companies don't do that, and I just find it to be important. I'll just go over some of the things I'm not super happy with. I would really like to be able to have something to where I could run this machine from, from the machine, right? So if you have some sort of basic controller that I can move it around, I can frame it from here instead of doing it at the computer. Now, for most of you out there, you're going to have the computer right next to it, and so that's not even going to be a thing. But for me, I run, you saw where I started the video, I'm about that far away from the machine, so it would be nice if I could do some basics here. Some other things, the autofocus seems to work really well, but there's this little bar hanging down and it hasn't caught on anything, and I haven't had any trouble with it, but it just always makes me a little nervous, I gotta say. But again, so far, no problems with that, but I figured I'd bring it to your attention. One thing I think they could have definitely done better, I really like how easy it is to take this off so that you can clean the lens. But as far as cleaning the lens goes, I think they could have done a better job of making it easy. I'll show you a picture. What it says in the manual, and maybe I missed this, it says use a suction cup to pull the laser out. Not the laser, but the lens out so you can clean it. But I don't have a suction cup, and I didn't see one that it came with. So maybe I missed that. It could definitely be me. I'll leave a, anything that I figure out between now and then, I'll just leave it as a pinned comment on the top. But I just stuck something through the bottom and pressed it up and took it out. That was fine. Just so you know, some other ones, it's just easier. This isn't hard, but cleaning the lens, you're going to have to do it depending on... I've had to do it once so far after, a couple of days of use. I think it probably matters whether you're using air assist or not all the time. But the bottom part of the lens doesn't seem to really get dirty, just the top part. So technically, I guess you could just clean it from the top. But that is the one piece of maintenance that you have to do on a semi-regular basis for a laser. But cleaning the lens is easier than it is on most diode lasers, so I'm not too upset about that. I have really nothing to say about the cutting ability. It's just like perfect. It does exactly what I would expect it to do for a laser of this size and power. I have not wasted a single piece of anything. It has cut every single thing that I put down. Again, I'll show you ornaments because that's what I've been mostly working on. I've been making that file. But several other things, and it, it just works. Something else I probably would change, this is really dark, and yes, it's great to protect your eyes, but as far as seeing in there to see what's happening on your project, that's rather difficult because it's a very dark top. Can you still see? Yes. You can use the camera, of course, to be able to, see down and check that out from your computer. But I like to be able to watch it and see where it's going. I do appreciate that it's saving my eyes. That's pretty much all I have written down as far as negative things. I do like Atomstack as a company. I do think, obviously, they have raised up very, very much. Probably to number 1 or number 2 over the years, which for me, it didn't start out that way. And I love to see that. I love to see companies getting better. And that's kind of unusual. So if you're thinking about getting a desktop CO2 laser, I think it's certainly well priced right now. And it's really, really well built. And that's kind of the main thing if you're looking for a desktop laser. Now, I'll have more to say about this in future videos, but I just wanted to get something out to you so that you can at least know I've got one. And if you have some questions or thoughts, of course, I have the link below, and I'd appreciate if you use it if you're going to buy one or any Atomstack project. I do reviews on most of them, and if you're going to buy something from Atomstack, I'd appreciate if you used it. And I will see you all in the next one. Love y'all.